You are listening to the most important podcast in the history of the world, hosted by the most important man in the history of the world, S. Anthony Thomas. A genius podcaster, a genius comedian, an incredibly handsome and sexy man. And although on social media, when you see pictures of him, he looks like a slightly above average looking guy who's about 5'8" and a little overweight, quite frankly, I feel comfortable as someone who is definitely not him and letting him, that he's actually much, much better looking in person. He just photoshops averageness on himself so as to make you chumps feel better. He's also a lot taller. I know he says he's about 5'8", 5'9", but he's actually 6'5". If you see him in person, he looks about 5'8", 5'9". I've got news for you. He's actually pretending to be shorter once again, so you chumps will feel better about yourselves. How much do I love S. Anthony, even though this is not him talking. This is an announcer that's definitely not him. I'll put it to you this way. I'm not gay, but I'd get it on with him. And I'm straight. So that tells you how impressive this man is. The greatest man in the history of the world, S. Anthony Thomas. Will you stop doing that? What are you talking about? I'm just announcing S. Anthony's podcast because they know it's you. They do not know it's me. I mean, I'm not him. I'm a different person altogether. Look, come on, man. They've been listening to your podcast for 4 years almost. You don't think they know the sound of your voice by now? Dude, I really had something going there. I was trying to work on a new intro for the podcast. Normally, I just kind of say hello to everybody, tell them what the podcast is called and then say my name and then the number of the podcast. But I wanted to try something different. I had them going there for a while. They didn't realize that this was me talking until you said something. Yeah, you nuts. Of course they knew it was you. What? Really, dude? Really, I can't even have this? I thought I was going to go through the whole episode without your punk ass being here, but then you show up. This part that I'm recording right now was actually being recorded after the podcast was finished because I wanted to try out my new intro on everybody. And had I started the editing process, you wouldn't even be on the show. But here you are, messing everything up. Could you just do your could you just do the regular show? I'm sure it's great. Why'd you say great like that? 'Cause I don't like you. Yeah, I don't like you either. I really had something going there, and you had to go mess it up, dude. I mean, come on, man. They had no idea what was going on. Yeah, they did. I'll be honest with you, my audience is full of a bunch of weirdos anyway, you know what I mean? Oh, man, I thought they're real nice people. I thought you loved them. I do love them, but you can love somebody but think they're nuts. I mean, my listeners, my fans, my followers, all of that, I love them to death, but a bunch of the weirdest bastards on the planet. I mean, weird, sick freaks. Wow. I can't believe you'd saying that. That doesn't really matter. It's not like this part's going to be on the show anyway. And I'm just going to not put this part on and just go on with the regular show. It ain't like they're going to hear this. So it really doesn't matter. Well, hello. How you doing? This is the S. Anthony Says podcast. This is the S. Anthony Thomas. And this is episode number 269. Oh yeah. How are you doing? How the heck are you doing, you bastards? Now, folks, I'm going to thank you for your response to last week's episode. It's really weird which episodes really dig into you guys. Fortunately, you weirdos have liked all of them, but there's some episodes that really get into your backside and you really dig them. And I'm glad last week was one of those. So you guys are cool and you have good taste. Okay. Anyway. This is episode number 269, my friends. And, it's really weird. I normally, sometimes I'll go a long time without looking at, quote, the stats and how many people are listening and response this and response that. But sometimes I'll look. And one time I looked and I wanted to see what the demographics were of, the people. And I know that, you're in all demographics, obviously, but the main demographic is 18 to 54, which means roughly half of my audience is younger than I am. Actually, no, probably 2/3 of you are younger than I am. And some of you, obviously that would mean the other third is older, and not a lot older because it's only 54. It's only, 6 years older than me. But the funny thing is the old guys and the young guys. The old guys will say things like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That happened to me too. Hey, you're only 48. I'm 54. You know what I mean? Wait till you get to my age. But the young ones, man, you funny, man. You're great. You're funny. And I think that's wonderful. But they will ask me old guy questions. They will DM me on Twitter old guy stuff, meaning stuff they would ask an old guy like I'm freaking old, you bastards. Or I'll get email from people and they'll say things like, well, let me ask you a question, S. You're older than me, so maybe you could help me out with this. This is my girlfriend and because you're older than me. Is there any way you could just say, could you help me out with this, S, without your older part, you bastards? All right, I know how old I am. I should have never said how old I am on the damn podcast because now I got 2/3 of my audience breaking my balls, okay? Do you guys want to make it to 48, you bastards? I'll come through your phone and drop kick your punk egg. Thanks for listening. Now, I had some earlier episodes talking about what happened when I was when I was younger. And there's some advice I had given, and it was jokey advice, but it actually works. It actually works in real life. And I was talking about how women reject you a lot of times. Not women you aren't dating, but I'm talking about someone you're living with or married to or in a relationship with where you're already have moved safely into the boom boom jigga boom da boom jigga jigga boom boom jigga boom da boom jigga phase, and you try to make a move on her, and she goes, get stop. Not now, right? And I realized I kept telling my young ones, I kept saying, you got to understand, you have to condition your lady, and half my audience is women. You have to condition your man. You have to condition each other to know when you're trying to get it on, and when you just want to feel them up. Because women, sometimes they just want to kiss you. They don't want you to try to pull their blouse off. What are you doing? What are you doing? And you'll hear them say stuff like that. Sometimes a woman will hug you and she'll rub your chest. She just wants to rub your chest. And then you go, she's rubbing my chest. Must be time to do some banging. And she goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Bill? What are you doing? Right? Women, and I know this from personal experience, sometimes women will grab the love lever and they don't want to do anything with it. It's just that, you're their guy. They have access to that now. They consider that their property, and they just want to do stuff with it. They just want to grab on it and then rub it and everything, but they don't want to get it on. And you're like, she's grabbing the love lever. It's time for banging. What? No, really? What the hell? Right? Because they're thinking that, see, this is how we are as dudes. When we walk up and we caress our woman's delicious buttocks cheeks, most of the time, we're hoping that caressing the delicious buttocks cheeks will allow us to take them back to the bedroom and go down the happy hallway. No. She may not be in the mood for you going into the happy hallway. She knows that grabbing her buttocks cheeks means you're going to try to get some hallway action, and she does not have time for that crap right now. That's why she rejects you. She wants to not now, because she knows what you're trying to do, you slick bastards. Right? You try to grab a hold of her delicious chest yummies, and she knows when you grab her delicious chest yummies, you're just trying to get down that happy hallway. She's like, not now. You need to be trained. And if you would listen to some of my earlier episodes, now granted, some of you new guys who came along didn't hear some of the earlier episodes where I gave this instruction. I'm going to rehash a little of it now. And your assignment is to go back and listen to all 268 episodes of hilariousness, brilliance, deliciousness, and incredible advice, you new bastards. But this is what you have to do, my friends. You have to condition your woman to know that sometimes you just want to put your hands on her delicious buttocks, just to put your hands on her delicious buttocks. You're not trying to take her back to the bedroom and go into the happy hallway, the hallway of happiness. No, you would not mind going. You want to spend as much time in the happy hallway as possible, but you're definitely not taking a nice drive at the happy hallway. You just want to caress her delicious buttocks cheeks. I remember sitting on my floor in my living room, and I was sitting close to the TV, and the lady, it was my girlfriend at the time, was at the house, at my place. And she walks in front of the television, and she's wearing yoga pants, and the only thing inside the yoga pants was her. So you know what the delicious buttocks cheeks look like. Oh, yeah. So I wasn't thinking anything of it. I think she was just trying to grab something off the TV, so I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't say, watch out, watch out, watch out. I figured she'd only be there for a couple seconds. No big deal. But apparently whatever she was looking for was not readily available. So now, forgetting that she was standing in front of the television, forgetting that she was blocking the football game, forgetting everything else, she had locked in on where is it, where is it, where is it? And even though I could hear something interesting was happening on the screen, something I normally would want to see and definitely would not want blocked, I was not that upset. In fact, I wasn't upset at all. For you see, the woman I was having regular boom boom jiggity boom da boom jiggy jiggy boom boom jiggity boom da boom jiggy jiggy boom boom jiggity boom da boom jiggy jiggy boom boom jiggity boom da boom jiggy was now wearing yoga pants and nothing else underneath them, in front of the TV set, and all I could see was her delicious buttocks cheeks. And she was moving around, frustrated. And I took my hands and I placed one hand on each one of her delicious chocolate cupcakes, delicious buttocks cheeks, and I gently caressed them. And she goes, not now, not now, not now, not now, thinking I was trying to lead from the delicious buttocks cheeks caress back to the bedroom and then a nice deep long trip down her happy hallway. But that's not what I was thinking. I just wanted to caress her delicious buttocks cheeks. And she looked back at me with I said, no, I'm not trying to get it on with you. You just have a fantastic, delicious buttocks, and I want to caress your delicious buttocks cheeks. And she goes, really? I said, your buttocks is fantastic and perfect and special and delicious and chocolate and great and incredible and delicious and great. And I have no interest in doing that right now. I'm watching a football game. You're standing in front of a football game. I'm not even upset because the view of what I'm seeing right now is infinitely better than anything that could be happening on that screen. I don't even give a crap at the screen. If it was a Super Bowl and my hometown team was on there and was 1 second left on the clock and I was the last play and all the other recorders of football had broken down and that was my only chance to see it, I would have been like, I don't mind because she's standing there with yoga pants and nothing underneath them right in front of me and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. And now I'm caressing her delicious buttocks cheeks. And that's what I would say. And she said, that is so sweet. I said, speaking of sweet, your buttocks cheeks. And she goes, okay, I was believing you there for a minute. That last thing was kind of corny. I was like, I probably should have just stopped and it would have been impressed. But she goes, yes. I go, could we ignore the last thing? She goes, no, you kind of ruined it. I said, I'm still going to, we're still going to get it on when you finish your paperwork. Yeah. I said, okay. I mean, I can tell right now you're a little annoyed with that last corny line. So just in case you decide to change your mind, I have this form here. I'm going to need you to fill out. I need you to sign here, and initial here saying that we definitely will be getting it on when you finish the 4 hours of paperwork. It would be 2 hours of paperwork if you would help out. Yeah. The third thing that you signed was I don't have to help you with the paperwork. I could just sit here, watch football, wait till you're done, and then bang you. But you should have read the fine print. You didn't read the fine print. You can go do your paperwork. Now I'm going to watch this crap right here while you go over there doing all the paperwork. And then I'm going to sit here watching football games and wait till you're done and then jump on top of you. She goes, well, I did sign. And well, yes, you did sign. Read the fine print, people. Read the fine print when you sign paperwork. But from that point on, after that, I had permission from her whenever I wanted to caress her delicious buttocks cheeks. Because she now knew that I was caressing her delicious buttocks cheeks just for the joy of caressing her delicious buttocks cheeks. She didn't automatically assume I was going to be on top of her, jumping on top and down top of her and beside her and all of that crap, all spending all this hours and hours jumping on top of each other. She didn't have time to do. She realized I was just caressing her buttocks cheeks. To caress her delicious buttocks cheeks, and she was okay with it because she knew it was just me caressing her delicious buttocks cheeks. But then I started to think, this beautiful sister has chest yummies that are just as delicious as her delicious buttocks cheeks. And I would also like to occasionally, very gently and very quickly, caress her delicious chest yummies. I would like to do that. So she's making pancakes for me, because I had made breakfast for her the day before, and it was her turn. And the only cakes I was really interested in were her delicious Buttocks Cheeks. And then I walked over behind her while she was making the pancakes, and I caressed the delicious Buttocks Cheeks. And she tee-hee-hee-heed and laughed and said, "You like that, huh?" I said, "This is perfect." And I put my hands on her waist, go back up her delicious flat stomach, go up to her chest yummies, and I grab her thing. And she goes, "What are you? Not now, not now, not now." I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Here's some paperwork right here. I want you to sign right here, because this is the Buttocks Cheeks paper. I don't, but there's an addendum at the bottom. And could you sign that? And what that means is that I can occasionally caress your delicious chest yummies when it does not lead to me trying to take you into the room in there and get into the happiness hall or anything like that. It just means I would like to, because your chest yummies are just as delicious and perfect and crisp and crumble and delicious and chocolatey and delicious and chocolatey and delicious as your Buttocks Cheeks. They are. I said, yes, they are. And those things are fantastic and perfect and incredible and double incredible and triple incredible. She goes, "You know what? You should have stopped at double incredible. Triple incredible is just you sucking up." I went, "Yeah, it's after the pancakes. Can we get it on?" "I don't know. Well, could you sign right here, please?" "Okay." It says here that if you sign this, it means we can get it on after the pancakes. He goes, "Okay." I said, "Great," because essentially what it means is I'm just trying to annex from the delicious Buttocks Cheeks up to the chest yummies with the same deal. And she goes, "Okay." And after that point, what happened? I had permission, unless it was embarrassingly obvious, unless other people were around or she was in the middle of something, I could go and caress her delicious Buttocks Cheeks, and I can caress her delicious chest yummies, and she knew I wasn't trying to get it on with her, and she was okay with it. You have to think ahead, my friend. You have to think ahead, and I'm always thinking ahead when it comes to crap like that. I'm trying to tell you, young dudes, that's what you do. Sometimes you're a little bit too aggressive with your women. Sometimes you're a little bit too aggressive. You get a little bit too greedy, right? And that's one of the things that's wrong with people nowadays. People get too greedy, right? Just calm down, my friend. Everything will be okay. Everybody just needs to calm down. As I was on my way home from the supermarket to get here today to record this podcast, I'm coming up to a corner in the mighty Toyota Camry. And there's a truck in front of me that's not really paying attention. Now, I'm behind the truck and I can't see the light because the truck's in front of me. But the car behind me can see the lights. And apparently the truck was about a second or two too slow to react to the fact that the light was green. And the car behind me slams on the horn and makes this loud, obnoxious horn sound. And the truck very quickly steps on the gas and aggressively makes a right. And unfortunately, I had to make a right too. And then it turned into 2 lanes. And the guy in the truck thought it was me that honked the horn. And he's like, "You mother jumping, effing, mother effing jumping, effing, mother effing, you mother jumping, effing, Ellen, you mother effing Q and effing, you mother jumping, effing $, $/ double, mother jumping, semicolon dumping." He cursed a lot. And the next thing I know, he's getting out of his truck. And now he's blocking traffic. And he comes over to me and he rolls, and I roll down my window. "Your mother jumping effing Q and effing L." I go, whoa, bruh. Well, you honking your horn at me? Who the hell you think you are? You mother effing Ellen, effing Q and Ellen, effing M and effing Ellen, Q and effing Q and effing X and Y and Z and effing Ellen. And I go, "That wasn't me that honked the horn." "I know it was you." So, okay, so let me ask you a question. What mother jumper? What mother effing Q and effing? He kept doing that stuff. I said, "You remember what the horn sounded like?" "Yeah." So if I was to honk my horn right now and it didn't sound like that horn, would you then believe that I didn't honk the horn at you? Exactly. It wasn't me. Would you like me to honk my horn now? "Yeah." And I honk my horn. And the horn that comes with the mighty Toyota Camry is not as loud and obnoxious as the horn on the other person's car. And he now realizes he's just blocked up a bunch of other people who are now honking at his punk ass. And he went over, he realized he was now yelling at an innocent person. And he kind of walked backwards. "You're sorry." "Yeah." I mean, you can actually say it. You don't have to I said, sorry, you should actually say it yourself to me because you came out and you cursed me out. Right? And then you got out of your car, and the whole time I'm thinking I might have to be rolling on the ground with you, or you're going to kick my car door or something, and if you kick my car door, I got to come out and whip your ass, or at least try to whip your ass or something. I can't have you kicking my car. And as it turns out, you would have kicked my car door, and I wouldn't have been the one that did anything. And then what would have happened? I would have had permission to beat your ass. Right? Oh, yeah. And if you really think about it, there's 4 cars behind you right now that can't get around you. They want to whip your ass. So you would have got your ass whooped by me. You would have tried to get back into your truck, and the car people in the truck behind you would have whipped your ass then. And then you would have got arrested because you would have said, well, he did this. And the cop would have said, what happened? And I would have said, well, he kicked my car door. Well, and why did he kick your car door? Well, he thought I honked the horn. He kicked your car door because he thought you honked your horn. And then the police would have whipped your ass. And then we would all say, well, normally we would record this and try to get the police officer in trouble, but not this time. I'm going to delete this because I'm glad I would have just deleted the phone of him whip. Okay, I wouldn't delete it. I would have taken it home, laughed at it, and then deleted it because this guy is getting his ass kicked by the police officer. Look at him. Normally I'd be offended by this and shocked by this and everything, and normally I might even put this out to try to stop this kind of thing from happening. But in this one particular occasion, I'm pretty glad the cops are whooping his ass. So let's all enjoy this ass whooping on there. No, I'm not going to put it on Facebook. I got too many people on Facebook. It might go viral. And I'm not going to put it on Twitter because I even got any more people on Twitter. It might go viral. And I'm not going to put it on my podcast because my podcast is audio. So what I'm saying is, look at him right there. Look at him like trying to run away. They tased him. This is great. Look at him. He shit on himself. All of this because he decided to pull over his car like a jackass and yell at a stranger. And as it turns out, the person he was yelling at was me, and I whooped his ass, and then the people in the cars behind him whooped his ass, and now the police are whooping his ass, and he just got tased and he shit on himself. And in fact, I'm not going to delete this. I'm just going to put this up, and it's going to be in a file called Dude Shits on Himself for Being an Idiot. And then every once in a while, when I decide I want to laugh at something, I'm going to pull out the tape of this guy getting his ass whooped by me, his ass whooped by the other drivers, and his ass whooped by the police and tased and shitting on himself. All because the punk ass bastard decided to to jump out of his car thinking I honked on horn when I didn't do crap. Speaking of crap, look at all that crap on the ground. He shit on himself. So folks, I just wanted to talk about something really, really dumb in the beginning, because like I said, I noticed how many young people I had listening to me. And I like to give a little knowledge to people, the young ones when they ask questions. So that's the lesson I want to give you guys, just hug and kiss on your woman, just a hug and kiss on her, and squeeze her delicious buttocks cheeks, just to squeeze her delicious buttocks cheeks, and caress her delicious chest yummies, just to caress her delicious chest yummies without trying to get something out of it, man. Sometimes you can't just try to get something out of everything. You ever go someplace and you think somebody's doing a favor for you, and all of a sudden, 3 seconds after they do the favor, they want to borrow $10 when you realize they're not going to give you the $10 back, and essentially they basically just charged you $10 for the thing they did that you thought was a favor. That's what I'm talking about. It was like, just do stuff nice for people because you want to do something nice for them. And imagine if somebody held the door for you and you said, thank you, sir. And they're like, no, thank you, schmank you. That'll be $1. You'd want to slap the crap out of them, wouldn't you? Of course you would. So what I'm saying is, folks, if you're a young guy, you're a young lady, just feel up your significant other, just to feel them up, just to let them know that they're special to you. And also you like playing with their junk. And to the hothead guy from the truck, see how nice I was not to beat your ass, right? See how nice I am as a person when you pull over the truck and then stop traffic to come over and curse me out. And, I could, instead of rolling down my window, I could have gotten out of the car and beat your ass in the street. But because I'm a nice guy, I just, scolded you politely and eloquently and allowed you to get back into your truck ass whip free. Right? So what I'm saying to my podcast audience is, folks, not only do I impart knowledge, helpful, intelligently displayed and presented knowledge to the young members of my audience, I also refrain from whipping people's asses when they cut me off in traffic and want to try to start a fight. I'm that type of guy because I'm a nice guy. Although I kind of did want to beat that guy's ass, but I didn't because life is not like the movies. In the movies, if you're right, you automatically win the fist fight, because in the movies, if you're right, you win the fist fight. But in the real world, it doesn't work that way. See, in the movies, because you're in the right, like sometimes a guy will come home, his wife is banging someone, and then he comes in and kicks the guy's ass. You're with my wife, I'll kick your ass. Oh, no, please don't kick my ass. And sometimes I would see it in the movie where the guy coming in that's married to the woman is like 5'2", and the dude taking her to Drill City is like 6'5", and he's like, oh God, your husband's home. And he puts on his clothes and jumps out the window, or puts on his clothes and runs out. And I don't think that would happen in real life. If you're 5'2" and your wife is getting taken to Drillville by some guy that's 6'8", 6'8", 320, he may leave out of respect for the marriage, or if he thinks you have a gun or something. But if he's pretty sure you don't have a gun, there's a very good chance he's going to go, hey, what are you, 5'4"? Yeah, I'm 5'4". Could you put some pants on? No. Why would I put pants on? What are you going to do? Kick my ass? Aren't you afraid of my husband? My dick's bigger than him. No, lay back down. I'm not finished banging you yet. Listen, come here, punk. I ain't no punk. You will not be banging my wife. Not only am I going to bang the crap out of your wife, you're going to sit in that chair right there and watch me drill your wife. All right? And make sure you make notes of the sounds you hear, because I know damn well she didn't hear them sounds when your punk ass was nailing her, okay? Right? Maybe I don't really want your wife. I didn't think she's really, really hot. I wanted to get it on with her. I'm the mailman. I was just delivering some packages, and then she smiled at me. I said, hey, you're a wonderful young lady. And then she goes, hey, my husband's a huge punk. Would you like to come upstairs and bang the crap out of me? He won't be back anytime soon. I went, what the hell? And here I am banging your wife, you little punk. Now go sit in that chair over there. Shut up, punk. Look. There's two things that are going to happen here. One, I'm going to finish banging your wife. And two, if you interrupt me, I'm going to kick the crap out of you, beat you unconscious, and then finish banging your wife. Now, you can either be unbeaten and watch this technique of me destroying your wife and learn something, which is why your wife just told me I'm a mailman. I came in, I'm up here tearing your wife up because of her request. I didn't ask her, she asked me. If anything, you should be hitting her, but you can't hit her because she's a woman. Because if you hit her, then I'm really going to beat your ass. Now just sit there and watch this banging. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, I can't believe I got to sit here and watch my wife bang a 6'8" mailman. This is really horrible. Come to think of it, it ain't that horrible. I'm kind of digging this, to be honest with you. Oh man, he's really going to work on her. I'm kind of liking this a little bit. Where you going? I told you to sit there while I drill your wife. Yeah, if I sit here, I can't get that camera because I'm filming this. What? Yeah, I was upset at first, but damn, you go really. I learned some things. You learned some stuff. Yeah, I threw this new thing in there. Yeah, I'm really. I threw a new move in. I just tried this move last week on the lady next door who. But I figured since your wife was hotter than her and then offered me some, and but you really like that move? Oh, that move is pretty good. How do you do that? How you do that move? Well, when I'm finished with your wife, I'll write down the move. You got to do some stretching, and you got to do a little weightlifting for your lower back and some stretching because you don't want to pull your hip flexors when you do. I'll talk to you later. Let me finish. Continue banging my wife. I got to get this camera. Yeah, okay, she's great. Hey, put this camera up. Good Lord, man. He's really putting the work in on her. This is awesome. I can't. How much longer you got? I do tantric stuff, so this is gonna take about an hour. Oh, good, because I got an hour and 7 minutes left on a digital card. Okay, go ahead. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. Oh, boy, I'll tell you this. Can I ask you guys a question, folks? Now that I've moved away from that little story, have you noticed that my podcast has started to get a little more weird every week? Should I be alarmed by that? Should I be alarmed that the stuff you've been hearing on this first segment of the podcast are actually thoughts that have danced around in my head and they seem normal to me? I'm starting to think that maybe I need to get some counseling. Okay, maybe I will not get any counseling because if I get counseling, Instead of the show that you like for this past 3+ years, almost 4 years, the podcast would, if somebody actually, I went and got some counseling and started to get normal, I'd be afraid to hear what my podcast would sound like after that, wouldn't you? I mean, apparently you weirdos like this crap, so the last thing you would want to hear is my podcast. Hello, this is, hello, how you doing? This is episode number, whatever, this is Anthony Thomas, that's Anthony Says Podcast, and okay guys, let's talk about something normal here. I know I used to do a lot of jokes and funny characters and wacky sketches and talk about political stuff and stuff that you actually liked, but I've been going to counseling, and I really don't want to talk about that stuff anymore. I've actually become a normal person, and those thoughts that I normally had that you apparently found funny and all of that stuff, I don't have those thoughts anymore. So now the new S. Anthony Says podcast is now, here we go. Here's segment 1 of the new S. Anthony Says podcast after, post mental disorder, problems and post, psychiatric help. You ready? Okay, here we go. I'm losing weight. And you know what I'm doing to lose weight? I'm actually eating better and working out. Is that funny? No? I'm gonna probably start doing comedy again, and picking up the microphone in early September to work on my new act, and go through the new jokes before I start booking myself around again. And very soon I'll be doing jokes again, and hopefully making you laugh. There you go. Was that interesting? No. Okay. This is definitely going to be interesting post psychiatric help. I was dating a lady, and it didn't work out. You didn't learn anything from that? That's not funny? No? Okay, maybe this is me post psychiatric help. Something happened in traffic. A person that thought I honked a horn, acted erratically, and I diffused the situation by keeping my cool. I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have gone to the psychiatrist, because going to the psychiatrist seemed to have effed up my podcast. Is there anybody that makes you weird again? So I could go back to being the normal weirdness that people found entertaining? 5 months later. All right, you bastards, I'm back. I found what I like to refer to as a negative psychiatrist. That's a person that finds out how fucked up you were before somebody else fixed you, and then fucks you back up just as bad as you were before. Well, guess what, baby? I'm back. Butt cheeks, chest yummies, armpits, toes, banging, power banging, bang city, drop kick the bastard. I'm back, bitches. S. Anthony is back, and I'll never go to a psychiatrist and fix myself again, because it'll mess my podcast up and make my new act that I'll be doing in 2018 suck. And I can't have that crap. Yeah, that's right. I'm back, bitches. Segment over. All right, folks. You know what? I wonder what kind of programs do you nerd it up on? What are the shows that you turn into a nerd over? Is it? I tend to nerd it up on animal shows. And one of my favorite shows is Nature on PBS. And anybody that's been listening to me for a while knows that when I was a little kid, I was like 12, 13. I had an internship at the zoo, because at the time there was a part of me that wanted to be a vet. And I still love animals, but I still get a kick out of those shows. And even now, I still watch those programs if I'm near a TV. And then they come on, I'll watch them. And it just amazes me when you see how certain things override what you think can't be overridden, right? Normally, if a lion sees a gazelle, he's going to try, or she's going to try to eat that gazelle, because the gazelles to them is not another animal. It's a food source. When they see a pack of gazelle walking through the grass, they're sitting back the same way you and I as human beings are flipping through the menu at a Chili's or a Chi-Chi's. Like, I think I'll eat that with a side order of that and some of that. And then of course, we don't have to run down, chase, choke to death and eat through, eat these burgers raw, but you get the point. So normally these two animals do not occupy the same space without someone trying to eat the other one or someone trying to gang up. Because sometimes you'll see a lion will go after one and the other gazelles will kind of come around the back and go, get him. And they kick the shit out of the lion or try to gore him or whatever. But mostly they run because that's the best case scenario, is to get the hell out of there. But I'm watching them and they're actually drinking from the same water source. It was a bit of a drought. And the animals all found some water. So there's lions drinking. There's gazelles drinking and various other animals that the lion would eat drinking. There's an elephant rolling around in the water. There's like a crocodile rolling around in the water. And these are all animals that under normal circumstances will be trying to whoop each other's asses. But they're like, we ain't got time for that crap now. Here's some water. We can all just share this water right now and get back to whooping each other's asses later. But right now, we got water. Right? Because sometimes the thing on the outside of you is more important than the crap that you have to deal with. It's the same thing with human beings. If there's a big tragedy, you'll see two people that can't stand each other. You'll see racists and people of color and mean people and nice people and people of different religions who normally would want to kick each other's ass, all helping and pitching in, and they're looking at each other. They're like, look, normally I'd want to whip your ass, but right now we got to get this car off this lady. You know, they're doing all this kind of stuff, right? And then they get the car off the lady, say, she's okay, great. Okay, time to whoop each other's ass. Because the lion drinks, and when the lion got all the drinking done that he wanted to get, he looked over at the gazelle and said, did you finish drinking? And the gazelle said, not quite yet. And then the lion says, well, let me know when you finish the drinking, because there's a couple of you that I'm dying to bite in the neck and strangle you to death and then tear you apart and eat you. And the gazelle said, yeah, I'm pretty much going to never be done, because now that I know that the second I stop, you're going to bite me on the neck, kill me and eat me. So I'm just, and the lion says, well, then I probably shouldn't have said that. You know what? I'm just going to eat you anyway. And then the gazelles take off running, because, you know, sometimes the water is more important than biting something on the throat, killing it and eating it. Sometimes the tragedy is bigger than whipping each other's ass. I've seen an illustration of that in an urban setting, because there was a group of us who were putting out our trash. Well, we put our trash out in cans because, you know, you didn't want your can down there, because sometimes the cats would come up and tear up the bags, right? And what you would see is the same thing. You see cats and squirrels right next to each other, tearing up your trash bag, right? Normally a cat would look at a squirrel and go, I'm eating you. And the squirrel would go, I'm going to climb up this tree until they get to a branch that's heavy and that's light, that's strong enough to hold my weight, but not your weight. Then you're going to get trapped in the tree. 20% of the time, you're going to fall out of the tree and fuck yourself up. The other 70%, the rest of 70, 80% of the time, you're going to be able to get down the tree, and it's going to make you hesitant to chase me. But if you get hungry enough, you're going to chase me. And sometimes you're going to catch one of us and kill us and eat us. But right now, there's an abundance of food in these large trash cans. So let's just tear these bags open and do what we do. Well, what started to happen was some of the trash wasn't getting picked up. You know, because people were packing their trash cans so tight that when the people from the sanitation department were trying to shake the bags out, because there's a certain, they look, you can only put out this much trash, this amount, 2 cans or 3 cans or whatever cans. And people were going, well, I got more than 2 cans worth of trash and I'm not having this trash stay here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the two bags of trash into a can that's only supposed to hold 1 bag. And then I'm going to back my car over the top of the trash cans and crash it and smash it into its place. Okay, they didn't do that, but they did pack the cans too tight. And the sanitation drivers were basically going, look, we don't have time to sit here for 10 minutes trying to bang this can to get this crap out of the can that can't come out of the can because you packed too much crap in the can, you dumb bastards. So they were leaving certain people's cans the way they were. They couldn't get the bags out because they were packed in too tight. And I don't blame them in the way. They got a whole city to clean up, or a whole section of the city to clean up. They don't have time to sit there for 20 minutes trying to pry that crap out of the can. So all of a sudden, there's people who decided now they had to go back to putting out the bags. Granted, I would think, hey, how about this? How about putting less in the can? But these people are morons. So they put out bags. And now that they got the bags out, they don't have the protection of the can. Now you got cats and squirrels eating the bags. And then all of a sudden, when that starts to happen, you have a lot of trash around, a lot of garbage around, a lot of garbage smell around, and it starts to attract other animals. You're figuring it's going to be more squirrels and more cats, but it's not more squirrels and more cats. Know what it is? Sewer rats. Have you ever seen a sewer rat? Now, this does not apply to people in Australia, because you guys got some shit out there that is fucking frightening. Okay, some of the animals you got in Australia, that's some scary stuff. I'm surprised that y'all all didn't just jump in the water and fucking swim the hell away from that joint. It's a beautiful country from what I've seen in pictures, but some of the animals you got there belong in horror films. But I'm just talking about the United States of America right now. In Canada, you got moose. So, you got moose getting into sword battles in the middle of the street. And we all know how big those bastards are. So I can't talk about that. I'm talking about sewer rats. And I know what you're thinking also, my Canadians and Australians. You're thinking, you're a huge punk in America. You don't have giant spiders that eat cars like we do in Australia. And you don't have moose like we do here in Canada. I said, yeah, well, you don't have people shooting each other like we do in America. So shut up. Back to what I was saying. So the sewer rats decided to get into the game. And if you've ever seen a sewer rats are the equivalent of murderers getting out of prison, being able to do evil stuff, and then sneak back into prison undetected. Because sewer rats are not like regular mice. See, if a regular mouse or just a regular rat sees cats and squirrels, they run away. They hide. They hide under the car. They'll hide. Oh no, I don't want to have to do battle with those squirrels. I don't want to have to do battle with those cats. I'll get hurt. I don't want to do that. I'll just wait until they're gone. And then I'll eat what's left over with I just don't want to deal with it. Not the sewer rats. Oh no. Sewer rats actually come out of the sewers and walk over to the trash bags. You probably thought I was going to say scurry. No, I said walk over. They were actually on their hind legs. They were wearing some of those big baller brand shoes. I'm going, how the hell can rats afford $500 pairs of shoes? And the rat said, shut up. None of your business, bitch. And I walked back in the house and just looked out the window, because I did not want to I did not want to battle those sewer rats for the trash. They walked by my trash because my trash was still in the can, but my neighbor's trash wasn't in the can. My neighbor's trash was all over the place because the rats and the mice and squirrels and all of that crap, and the sewer rats walked over to the cats and the squirrels and looked at them. Looked at them hard. And the squirrels also are rodents. And even though there's not a sewer rat, it's a rodent. And it's like, yeah, I'm out of here. I already know where this is going. And the squirrel ran up in a tree. And the cat's looking at it like, it's just a rat. I know how to handle rats. And I'm like, well, this is not going to be pretty. These cats are going to kill these sewer rats. And I don't really want to be around for that. I mean, I know that it's just the natural the nature of things, but just to hear the sewer rat, I don't want to see that, because it's going to be a bunch of dead rats all over the place. Sewer rats. The cats are going to kick their ass. The cats might even eat them. And that's kind of gross. I feel bad for the sewer rats, even though they're walking on their hind legs. They're wearing big baller brand shoes, and I don't even know how they can afford $500 sneakers. But according to what they said to me, none of my business, punk. I just didn't know. So I just come in the house and I'm going, I said, you know what? I can't let this happen. I'm going to go back out there with the hose and shoot some cold water on all of them. And then they're all going to just scurry around and then just leave. And then because I don't want that kind of massacre. It was bad enough to have to pick up trash, but to have a bunch of dead rats killed by feral cats all over the place, that's going to be wrong. That's going to be gross. I can't have that. So I come back outside. I got the hose in my hand. And I'm hoping that I figured the massacre had already started. I figured the cats had already started kicking these sewer rats' asses and making, and all of that. And then I saw the cats and they weren't bloody and the sewer rats were just digging into the bag. And I'm going, the cats are standing back waiting for the sewer rats to finish eating the garbage. I don't understand this. And then an Uber came up and the cats all got into an Uber and as the cats got into the Uber and started to ride away in the back of the Uber, the rat got up, took one of his big baller brown shoes, threw it at the Uber and said, next time, stay off our block, bitch. And then the other rat said to the other rat, why'd you throw a $500 shoes? And the rat said, man, I got a closet full of them shits. I looked at them and I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe that the cats got in an Uber. Because normally when the cats leave, they get in the Lyft. I don't know why they switch companies, but maybe, I don't know, maybe the rates are better. I don't know. And the rats were eating the trash. And it wasn't my trash, but it was next to me. So I called my neighbor and I said, yo, dude, there's some sewer rats eating your trash out front. You should probably go out there and do something about that. And he said, eek, 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 eek. And I'm going, I said, what are you doing? What are you eeking for? And he said, he's not here right now. He'll take care of those rats. Man, the rats are in the house. They're holding me hostage, man. Call the police. That's not him. That's definitely not him. And there's definitely not three of us in the house holding him hostage while we eat his trash. This is definitely not one of the sewer rats. Answering the phone because my two sewer rat friends are holding him at knife point until we finish eating the garbage. Yes, they are. You gotta call the police. These damn rats broken it out. Hey, could you hold him? I'm gonna put you on hold. Look, you want to listen? Look, we were gonna let you live. You understand? What they gonna do? Arrest us? As soon as we finish eating this garbage, we gonna go right back down into the sewer. Right? You think the police are going to believe that some rats held you hostage? Huh? They ain't going to believe that. You shut your mouth. All right, and I'm going to get back on the phone with that stupid ass human that lives next door. And I'm going to, because if he keeps asking questions, I got a couple of friends that are going to go over there and take care of his ass too. All right? Okay, Hey, yeah. I just want to let you know that everything's okay over here. And, you definitely should not call the police. You understand? Because if something, because it's really not necessary. Yeah, I'm really not going to call the police. And I'll be honest with you. I just want to say for the record that I really like sewer rats, especially the ones that wear big baller brand t-shirts and shoes. I never liked my neighbor. And for the record, I just want to let all the rats know that I support them. I hope that they don't do anything to me, because I'm pretty sure they won't, because rats are great. And keep sucking up. And I think that I just want to say that you can forget this phone call. Yeah, you can forget everything you heard, human. Yeah, rat. What? I mean, I'll forget everything I just heard. You damn right you will. And next week, when you put the trash out, I better not see it in no fucking can. I will absolutely. Not only will my trash not be in the can, I'm going to make it a point to make sure all food articles that will be delectable to sewer rats are at the bottom of the bag to save them the inconvenience of having to run up the side of the bag to dig into the bag. Because I know if the sewer rats have to go up the bag and cut into the top of the bag and root around inside of the bag for the food, it might mess up their new $500 sneakers. That's some good thinking. Okay, so I just wanted to point out that I would absolutely make sure that the food is out there for the rats next week. I mean, I'm not talking to a rat. I'm just saying this for no particular reason. You're damn right. Okay, I'm going to leave now, Oh, God. But the trick was I did have my food inside of bags, but I put out cans anyway. Yeah. And then I bought 2 rat-killing pit bulls and had them sitting on a porch. You're damn right. And I'm sitting there with my arms folded, standing with the two the rat killing pit bulls next to me. And I heard, this guy got the nerve to put his food in the damn bag. Let's go into his house through the mailbox and whip his ass. Oh shit, he's got two pit bulls that kill rats. You're damn right, bitch. Now, I don't care what you do to anybody else's garbage, but you gonna leave my garbage alone, you little eek bastard. I did not realize that you would have pit bull that eat rats. You're damn right. I should have them sick them on you right now and have them eat you. But I really don't like my neighbors, and it gives me a kick to watch him have to shovel up shit from in front of his house. So go ahead, proceed to fuck his trash up. But if you touch my cans, if I see any rat fingerprints on my cans, you know what's gonna happen? What's that? There's gonna be nothing but a bunch of little tiny big baller brand shoes strewn through the streets as my dogs eat your little punk asses. How about that? Please don't do that. I said it. Little punk asses. And as it turned out from that moment on, a lot of other people's trash got fucked up. But my trash was fine. Yeah. And then one day I realized my trash had gotten messed up. My trash was messed up. I was like, what the hell happened to my trash? I thought my dogs would stop the rats from doing it. And the dogs went, I don't know what happened. I guess we went to sleep at the wheel. And then my dogs went back downstairs and I was disappointed in them. And then I noticed as my dogs went downstairs, they were both wearing big baller brand sneakers. Those fucking pieces of shit. Never trust a rat eating pit bull. You know, I mean, they could have talked to the rats and got some size 13s for me. Bastards. Taking bribes from sewer rats. Fucking dogs. Can't stand them. Bastards. Segment over. Well, everybody, you bastards, this has been episode number 269 of the S. Anthony Says podcast, and I can honestly say, having heard all of my own podcasts, this is just about the weirdest over-the-top podcast I have ever done, and I can tell you with all honesty, knowing myself, it will be topped in the near future for weirdness, because quite frankly, the weirdness never ends. I have noticed myself in my regular life, as in my podcast and in the act that I've been writing, I've gotten even weirder over the years, and I love every second of it. I've already given you an illustration in segment 1 of what a sanitized, watered down me might sound like, and I don't like that crap. I don't think you'll like that crap. Nobody likes that crap, so I won't do that crap. Folks, it's been a pleasure talking to you this week. It's a pleasure talking to you every week. Once again, thank you very much for your response to last week's episode. I really, really appreciate it. It's very, very heartwarming. And it would be more heartwarming if there was some banging involved, but I'll just take the listenings. Unless you want to throw in some banging. I should probably edit this out of the exit part of the show. This podcast can be heard damn near everywhere. The home base for this podcast is santhonysays.podbean.com. This podcast can be heard on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. It can be heard on iHeartRadio. Everywhere that podcasts are, I am. And if you go there and I'm not there, then whatever that is must stink. Because if I ain't there, it just stinks. Yeah, I said it. Now, the social media for yours truly, me, on Twitter is at S. Anthony Thomas. The social media for this particular podcast is at S. Anthony Says, also on Twitter. I am on Snapchat, S. Anthony Thomas 1. I am on Instagram, with of course, at S. Anthony Thomas. And the email for me is talk2santhony@gmail.com. talk2santhony@gmail.com. Send your questions, comments, declarations of love, and of course, nude photos. Ladies only, not you dudes. Okay, calm down on that. Not that it's happened. Stop it. Folks, much love to you all, man. All seriousness, it's always a pleasure and a joy to talk to you bastards every week for about an hour or so. I thank you very much for everything. I know it really is cool. It really is cool to have people from different places listen to this, and apparently you weirdos like this crap, and I want to thank you for that. Folks, thank you for letting me into your ears. Thank you for letting me into your phone. Thank you for allowing me in your cars. Much love to you all. I'm going to say goodbye the way I always say goodbye, and I want you to say it with me on the count of 3. I know that you already do, but I'm going to say it for the new people. On the count of 3. Are you ready? Yeah, we're ready, you damn bad. Of course we're ready. You're incredible. Thank you, person that's not really here. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. S. Anthony. Out.